Hey guys, I'm Chef Dean Max. Welcome back to my kitchen. Today we're going to do something super simple, beautiful strawberry jam. It's that time of year where we get really great strawberries, and I want to show you a simple way to preserve that flavor all the way into the fall. So stay with me, click subscribe if you're not doing that already. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video, and ring that bell and I'll send you stuff I have coming up. So I'll see you in a second. Hey guys, today we've got some beautiful strawberries. Look at these babies, right? And all I really want to do is take this beautiful strawberry and preserve that for a longer period of time because they're going to be gone soon. So what I love to do is I love to make a couple different things with strawberries. I love to make jams and chutneys. Now what's the difference between the two? A chutney is going to have more acidity to it. It'll have more spice to it. It'll have usually some base of vinegar or sourness to it. And it's really meant to be something that's sweet, but it's to go with savory things. Where a jam like that we're making today is going to have a little bit of savory, but it's going to be mostly sweet. So to get this thing started off, first thing we're going to do is we're going to turn our pan on. You can use a small pot if you want. I'm just going to use this pan so you guys can see it better, right? And you know what I'm going to do actually? I need to get my measuring cups out here so I can give you guys some real measurements, right? But this is one large, actually it's not really a pint, it's probably a quart of strawberries, right? For the quart of strawberries cut up, I'm gonna use a quarter cup of organic coconut sugar. So this coconut sugar has got a really kind of caramely flavor, and I love that about it. I think that if you just have regular sugar, you lose a little bit of that dimension. I'd almost put regular white sugar, and I would put probably a teaspoon of molasses in there to kind of counteract that. So with that, I'm going to add in some of my my dry spices. Now with this, I'm just going to scatter that around like this and let it melt a little bit. And I've got cardamom here. Now cardamom is something, if you guys can see what that looks like, there are these pods, and inside these pods, I'll break one up here so you can see it. It's got a really hard shell on the outside. It's not really a very edible shell. I mean, you could eat it if you wanted to. Your teeth are strong enough to, but what you end up getting is this papery outside, and you get these little seeds. Now, when you buy cardamom powder, they do this for you with a machine, so you don't have to. So if you look at my hand there, you can see these little kind of brown or brownish seeds, and then you have these green, kind of pale green husks that get shucked off. Now, when you taste that, it has such, I want to say, a perfuminess about it, because you don't really get that flavor in anything. It's just amazing. So with that, I want to take, and I'm going to put probably I'm going to smash these, just smash them with my hand. I'm going to put like probably 4 of these in here. They're edible. Like a lot of times you'll see these, I'll put them in, in different cultures, like Indian culture, all that. They'll put a lamb stew. They'll put this in their meat as well. In Indian cooking, they'll put that in there too. So you can just buy the powdered if you like. Otherwise, I'm going to put like 4 pods of cardamom. I like the cardamom flavor that you get with this. Now, you can see my coconut sugar is starting to melt here, and that's what I'm looking to do. Now, in my blender here, I have ginger. And you can see that this ginger is probably an inch of ginger paste like this. And I'm going to just layer that in to kind of stop this from overcooking. So a quarter cup of ginger paste. Let me see. And I had water in there too. So it's really 1 inch of ginger. So I would say it's probably almost a half a cup of water and an inch of ginger. When we measure ginger, we measure the raw root by inches. So about 1 inch long. I chop that up and I put it in my NutriBullet with 2/4 cups, so a half a cup of water, and then blend it. And then once you do that, I'm going to grab here some water as well. I'm going to put our strawberries in. Okay, so we've got our beautiful strawberries now. and I'm going to add a little water to this as well. Now, how much water? That's probably half a cup of water. It's not really important because your water is gonna cook down, and as your strawberries cook here, the water will cook down, and what we'll end up with is this nice consistency, which I'm going to show you. Okay. Now, I'm also going to take probably half a teaspoon of pink salt. And why are we putting salt in something that normally should be sweet? Is because the sweetness, you know, it kind of brings out even a nicer sweetness to the dish when you have this savoriness as well. I think the balance of having just a tiny bit of salt and a lot of sugar is nice. This sugar is, you know, it's supposed to be better for you. I'm not sure, you know, I can't guarantee that, but I like the idea of using a non-processed, unrefined sugar like coconut sugar is. So with the strawberries, I just want to cut like the stem off. You can see I've done that here, and then you can cut them in half, and then you can quarter them, and then maybe chop them in half again. They'll break down anyway as we cook this, so we're not really worried about having a perfectly cut strawberry. Now with this too, we're going to put a couple shakes of clove. That's just cloves that are ground up, organic cloves, okay? And the same thing with cinnamon. I'll put like a teaspoon of cinnamon in there. So there we go. That's about a teaspoon of cinnamon, okay? And now the only difference in this is, you know, a lot of you've had jalapeno and strawberry. I like to use the red jalapenos, which is called a fresno pepper, and it's going to have the spiciness like a jalapeno, but it's also red, so you don't have to worry about seeing green in there too. It keeps the whole dish kind of bright red. So with this, I don't want it ultra spicy, I just want it peppery. So I'm going to take the outer cuts of this, and I'm not going to smash into this seed packet here, which would bring out a lot of heat, right? So with this, I'm just going to cut the outsides of the pepper like this, okay, and discard that seed pack. You know, if one or two little seeds gets in there, it's fine. If you like it a little spicier, you can put a little in there. But again, this isn't a chutney that we're going to serve with meat. Like I do have strawberry like chutneys that I do have with meat. Like I'll have with a piece of grilled chicken, I'll make a strawberry chutney, but it'll be super spicy. And the reason you're making it spicy is to balance the fact that you have a sweet item like a strawberry going with chicken, right? So with this as well, I want to make these small. So I'm going to cut these like into little julienne strips. You can see like this. You do that by rocking your knife back and forth, and you guys can see how this looks. It's just simply julienne. And then we'll go back the other way, and we do that so you don't get really one big bite of this. You don't want like slices of jalapeno in your jam. And again, this is a jam, so this is to be spread on toast. It's really good in the morning with you know, cream cheese and a bagel, or it's also really good with you know, you make some beautiful biscuits. Those are really nice buttermilk biscuits, and you have yourself a nice piece of crispy chicken on there in the morning, and a little bit of sweet strawberry jam on it as well. It's a really nice combination. So that's why we want to stay pretty simple with this. Even though we do have cardamom in there and ginger in there and the clove, we're not going too crazy with spices, okay? So with this, I'm going to cut back the other way, and you can see I have this beautiful pepper is being cut down. So this is 3 peppers to 1. So you're saying to yourself, that's a lot, right? Well, we want that kind of pepperiness in this dish. If you don't like super pepperiness, you could really do this without the peppers, but I just think you'd be missing something by not doing it with the pepper. So with this, I'm going to put all of our beautiful Fresno peppers in here. And I'm going to let this cook down. So this now has got to cook down. Probably is going to take, you know, you don't want it to go too fast. You want this light simmer like this, because if you go really fast, you end up reducing the liquid out really early without giving it time to cook slowly and develop its flavor and break down. That's what you want it to do. So you do want to cook it. I might even bring it down a little to like, you know, more of like a medium heat and let it go longer, all right? If you're looking at it, it hasn't really broken down a lot and you've reduced a lot of liquid out, you can just add more liquid. That's fine. That's why I said the water part doesn't matter as much. So let this go. We're gonna let this go for about 20 minutes or so, and we're gonna check back on it. So I'll see you guys back in a little bit. Okay, guys, welcome back. I'm right almost at the end of about 20 minutes here. You can see how a lot of the liquids disappeared, and this has like gotten really a little bit thicker. At this point, I want to add in a little bit of lemon juice towards the end like this. Okay, and that's gonna give me a little acidity to this. It'll also bring out the sweetness of the strawberries. It'll keep this really crisp. And what I'm gonna do too is I'm gonna dig out any, like that was a little bit of seed there I had, but also I have these, I've got these pods. I want to pull those out as well. You need to see those cardamom pods, because we don't want to chew on those. They're kind of tough, but we've extracted all of the flavor out of that pod. So if you put it in like that, if you are using whole cardamom pods, you want to remember how many you put in and take that many out. Okay? Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn this off now, and you can see it's nice and thick, right? And I've got a lot of red color now. The strawberry itself kind of has broken down, but I really like, this. If you just chilled this like this, you would get a nice chunky piece, but I like on my toast very smooth. So I'm actually gonna put that in this blender here, and I'm gonna blend this. Now, if you wanted to, if you have like a little hand blender, that would work fine as well. Just take your little immersion blender and just put that in there. And what's nice about the immersion blender actually is it doesn't blend it so much. It just still leaves it somewhat chunky, right? So with this, I need to take a nice towel here, and I'm going to take all of this juice out. Okay, good. So now I've got my beautiful juice, that strawberry jam in here. Now, like I said, if you don't want to blend it, you can just leave it like it is. Once it cools, it'll be nice. So I'm going to put this top on, and I'm going to blend this. So I'll be right back. Now, I just blended it for just a couple pulses. Hear that? You want to just crack it and let that steam escape before you take this off. See, it's stuck on there now. So by just unwrapping it a little, allows the steam to get out, but it's not going to blow the top off, right? And really do anything bad to you. And here, we're just going to take this chunky, it's not fully smoothly pureed, but it's nice and chunky, this jam, and we're ready to go. And that's what we're looking to do, is have this jam be kind of smooth. Once it chills, it's going to get thicker as well, and it's going to be super flavorful. So you can put that in a little mason jar in your fridge, and it'll last for a long time. So hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm going to try it right now. So let me grab some toast, and we'll make it happen. Okay, I've got some toast here. I charred some nice. I get bread from a really great vendor that lives by me, and I go up, like they're about 20 minutes away, but every time I go there I buy a bunch of different breads, and then I slice them and freeze them. And so this is like a really nice nut bread that's got some dried raisins in it too. So with this, I'm gonna spread a nice generous amount of actually, this is vegan butter. I like to use vegan butter sometimes. Sometimes I'm lowering my dairy down. I get the little spurts. Now, this is going to be a little runnier right now because it's hot, but when it cools down, it'll be almost like, it'll be like a jam. So just like your normal jams at home. But I couldn't wait. So tasty. It's not hot and spicy, but the pepper gives you a really beautiful flavor. And what it does is it balances the sweetness. So you don't feel like you're eating this ultra sugary jam. I hate that. Like some of the jams that are out there in the market, they're so loaded with sugar that you really can't enjoy the fruit. So if you like to really enjoy the fresh fruit, have this beautiful fresh strawberry flavor, also have a little bit of spice, a little savoriness, in it to bring out the fruit and how delicious it is, then you're going to love this. So try it out. It's really good. It's got on a lot of different things, like I said, and it's easy to make. You can make it in minutes. So, well, not minutes, 20 minutes. But it's worth it to take fresh strawberries when they're in season and do this. So if you like this, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you back soon. I'm Chef Dean Mex.